Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN, and welcome to another edition of Sports Flash on the Sports Nightly set. And I'm here with one of my favorite quarterbacks, Brian Utter from Maumee, and outstanding basketball player at Maumee. Brian, going back to the football, I believe it was kind of a quarterback dream in a way. I think you rushed for 1,000, threw for 1,000. That's unusual for quarterbacks. They it's either one or the other. I know you had a good scheme. I know you had great teammates, great coach. I know he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's won every place he's ever been. But how did that come about? Because that's unusual.
Really, Coach told me at the beginning of the year, he said, we're going to do what makes you comfortable. So, if you want to throw the ball, then we're going to throw the ball. If you feel comfortable running it, we're going to run it. And really, I just, he put plays out there for me. And I had great people. My linemen were amazing. I just ran the ball right behind them the whole time. So, I just felt comfortable doing that. And then when we needed yards, I'd throw it up to Zach Mathias or Brian Autry, and they'd go make plays on it. And it was really easy to do with people like that on our team.
Brian, usually when you're coaching, you're such a smart guy playing quarterback 3.9, If you added my high school and my college together, I wouldn't have a 3.9. You're a smart guy. And usually when you're coaching a smart guy at quarterback, you give him a lot of reads and a lot of options for you to look at the defense in front of you and say, hey, wait a minute, there's no safety over the top, they're in zero coverage, or it's off coverage out here on trips, or I'm assuming that you got those kind of responsibilities.
Yeah, we game planned for it, and we knew, if someone was rolling up, then it'd be cover 3,
right.
And if they had 2 safeties high, we did cover 2, and we'd run whatever play we would run with that. So it was a lot. We did a lot of that.
You really become a coach on the field, and I think it's interesting too, Brian. For me, from the quarterback position, when you have those responsibilities, it puts you more into the game. Mm-hmm. You're thinking constantly, and you do become a coach on the field, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a challenge for me. I like a challenge. Reading what I have to do and making sure I make the right read so I don't let my team down.
Well, you didn't ever let your team down. How about a player on the Maumee football team that there's always a guy that maybe didn't get the props he deserved, that did a great job, made a lot of contributions, but maybe it wasn't in the paper or wasn't on Sports Nightly or it wasn't. Is there a guy that comes to your mind that we could get some props now?
Yeah, Deshaun Ray. Okay. I think he was my left guard, and his freshman year he came in and he's a big boy, and he worked hard, but he wasn't quite ready for varsity. But this year he really stepped up, and he was awesome to have on the line. 380 pounds, big guy to run behind.
Well, when you go back to school tomorrow, I'll tell the big man I got some sport coats for him. Okay? I got a couple sport coats that'll fit him perfectly. So we move over to basketball, and I was watching the BCSN production of Maumee-Perrysburg, which is always a classic game in football and basketball. Yeah. Perrysburg's very good. Coach Boyce, they've got a great system there. And you had an exceptional game. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. You were scoring in the baseline. They couldn't stop you on the baseline. You really just played an extraordinary game. And then last night, you and your teammates and your fine coach, Coach Sheridan, got a win against Bowser.
Yeah.
You had 13. Is it hard transitioning? I found it that way in high school and in college, to transition from football to basketball. It always took me a long time to get into that. Talk about that.
It didn't take very long. It usually takes me a week, just get my shot down and make sure, I'm not putting too much on it. Because, football's all about strength and basketball's more about finesse. And so it wasn't that hard for me because I've been doing it for, 6 years. So.
Brian, what's the one thing you're going to miss about football at Maumee? And then I'm going to ask you the one thing you're going to miss about basketball.
I'll give you the answer for the same one.
Okay.
I'm going to miss the family. Football, I felt like everybody on that team was there for me, and I love every single one of them as a brother. And same thing with basketball. I've been playing basketball with those kids since we were little kids playing in the Y, and it's really nice to have a family like that. And
you're too young for this, but you don't realize this, but you've created memories with your Maumee family in football and basketball that 40 years from now when you're coming back to reunions, you'll talk about the games. And I got a lot better 40 years after the event, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You scored more points, you threw more touchdown passes, College, I know you're interested, and a lot of schools are interested in you for football. Where are you thinking?
I'm not sure yet. I've been looking around, and I'm just trying to find the best fit for me right now.
Okay, and that's important. The school that fits you academically and athletically. Do you know what you want to study?
I want to go into education, actually.
So
Science, yeah.
Science, be a
Science.
teacher?
Yep.
Would you coach also?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I would love to.
We've got maybe a couple teachers here tonight. I'll tell you what, I did it for 25 years. It's one of the great occupations ever. You know, you have a chance to make a difference in a young person's life every day, and there's nothing better than that. You would be super at it. Listen, on behalf of Buckeye Cable, BCSN, all the gang of Sports Nightly, we certainly enjoyed watching you play, the way you handle yourself, the style, the class, always positive, always doing the right thing. You're a great example for young kids in our community. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for being with us. Okay. Tom Cole, the coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN.